Does this, like, look odd? I, like, feel like this looks odd. Hey guys, it's Sophia. This is my second video. My first video was a college decision and reaction video. So if you haven't watched that, you might want to go watch that first, because this is going to be a video talking about my stats, like my SATs, GPA, extracurriculars, course load, kind of just anything that I put on the Common Application that would have helped me. Watch my last video, see if any of those schools you're interested in, and then you can come back to this one and we could talk a little bit more about how I made my application to send into those schools. But anyways, shout out to Lily and Eve, because you guys are the ones who requested this video, and this is for you. I think how I want to set this up is I'm going to start with like my grades, talking about through the past 3 years, because sophomore year is when things really started counting. So I'm gonna go through my sophomore, junior, senior, and then talk more about like the other stats in the rest of the video. There is a fly here. Hi, Mr. Fly, don't land on me. So as far as my school works, they only offer 3 honors courses for sophomore year. I only took one of them. It was honors history, got a B+ in it, but the rest of the courses are English, which was A-, intermediate Spanish 2, which was also an A-, Math 2, ACP accelerated. So math in my school is kind of interesting because it's all integrated, so it's not like a designated year of like, oh, trigonometry, oh, geometry. It's not like that. It's like you learn everything throughout the, I guess, for the first 3 years of high school, you learn everything just together in 1 year, just different levels of it. So I was in the accelerated track for that, and I got an A-. Regular chemistry, which I got an A-, and then 2 kind of just like extra classes, which is Money Matters, which was a financial literacy class, got an A, and interactive multimedia, which was learning about like kind of computer science, but it was more about like using Flash and Illustrator and things like that, which I got an A in. So that was sophomore year. So now we're in junior year, and how junior year works is it is the first year that kids are offered to take AP classes, but they're only offered 2. It's AP Lang and APUSH, which is AP US History. I ended up taking AP US History, but I took it along with honors American Literature, which is an English course, so together they were called American Studies. The history side of it, AP History, I got a B+. I ended up getting a 3 on the exam. For the English side of things, AP for honors American Studies English, I got a B+. For Math 3 ACP, I got a B+. This ended up being pre-calc, so B+ in pre-calc. I took honors biology, got an A, and then I was a TA for my chemistry teacher from my sophomore year. I TA'd a honors chemistry class, and then I took art minor 1 and ceramics minor 1 just as extra art credits because... Okay, now we're in senior year, and I am currently a senior, so I don't know what my final grades are, but things are a little bit complicated since coronavirus. I don't really know how my grades are going to work, but I'll share with you what my courses are. So course-wise, I took AP Bio, AP Psych, Accelerated Calculus, Honors Philosophy, and Spanish 4 regular course. So yeah, that was kind of like what my courses were for this year. I was doing pretty well, pretty much just A's, A-. So the GPA that ended up getting sent to colleges, which was the end of my first semester senior year to all the way back to sophomore year, all those grades put together, I ended up with a 4.3 weighted GPA and a 3.6 unweighted GPA. So yeah. Okay, now we get to the SAT part. I took the SAT 4 times, and my score ended up being 1290 with super score, so my best for Math was a 630, and my best for reading was a 660. All of the schools that I applied to did super score, even though a bunch of them were test optional. I'll put all the test optional ones here. I'm pretty sure that for all the test optionals except for American, I just didn't send my scores to them, just because my GPA was kind of high enough to the point where I didn't need to send my SAT scores. And my guidance counselor had said if you are within like 20 points of whatever their average is, that you can send them, but if they're any lower, that I shouldn't send them. So I just didn't send any of mine because they were on the lower side for some of the schools that I was looking at. Okay, so now we go into the activities part of the Common Application. I pretty much just filled mine in with as much stuff as I possibly can. Some of them were literally like the smallest of things that didn't matter, but either way, I'm going to read them to you. My first one was I was a camp counselor at my sleepaway camp. I've been going there for 9 years. I was a camp counselor for the past 3 years, so I put that in as work. And then and partly volunteering because I was a CIT, so I wasn't paid, but either way. I was a part of my school's basketball team as well as soccer, but on top of that I did club basketball, so I also included that as like 2 different things. I've played the guitar since I was 9, so I also put that in as one of my activities. I put in that I went to the gym, that I go to the gym a lot because it's like a way that I spend my time, so it's like an activity that I do and it like takes up a lot of my week. So I put that in there. I also put in that I'm a volunteer at my local hospital. So that's in there. Oh, I was also in a couple of school plays my freshman and sophomore year, so I put that in there as well. So those are all of my activities. So another part of the Common App, which I just feel like is worth mentioning, is the honors section. So that's kind of just where you put any awards or certificates that you were given. So for me, I have this sophomore speech contest that my school holds, and I ended up being a semifinalist in it. Another one I put in there was this creative writing contest. I was a semifinalist in my my junior year, so I put that in. And then the last one is a financial education certificate that I got from the Cambridge Savings Bank, which I just got from taking my Money Matters like financial literacy class my sophomore year. So my camera decided to do this cute thing where it just cut me off when I was doing my outros. Anyways, that was the end of the video. I really hope that was helpful to anybody. I know that this is like a really stressful time for juniors or, you know, any rising senior or a person who's starting the college application process, considering we're in the middle of a pandemic, and this is supposed to be the time when you start to meet with your guidance counselors and your college advisors, and it's definitely making this whole process, beginning of the process, kind of difficult. So that being said, if any of you guys need any help or want advice or talk or something like that, my Instagram is down below in the description, and you can DM me on that, and we can have a one-on-one conversation if you want. Or if you have any other kind of more broad questions about how I picked my schools, or why did I pick UConn, or, oh yeah, I didn't even say in my video, I'm going to UConn, if you didn't know that. Just comment below if you want any other kind of video, or if you have any questions, and I'll answer them. So, bye!